You know, ever since the May 21st Port Harcourt Convention, the split in the People's Democratic Party continues, with Ali Modu Sharif leading one faction and Senator Ahmed Makarfi leading the other. Both factions have at various times secured court injunctions sacking the other and affirming its legitimacy. The leadership tussle remains deadlocked. The ruling All Progressives Congress has also not been spared from a crisis of leadership. Things came to a head on September the 25th when national leader Chief Bola Tinubu demanded the resignation of the APC's national chairman, Chief John Odige Oyegun. In a statement, Mr. Tinubu accused Oyegun of sabotaging the wheel of democracy in Ondo State by overriding an appeal panel that had called for a fresh governorship primary for the party. However, Chief Oyegun still remains the party's chairman, and there's been no indication of a repair in the rift between the two party leaders. You've met our guest here in our Lagos studios. Very quickly, let's tell you who we have in our Abuja studios. We now also being joined by Femi Adesina. He's the media, SA media to the president. Good to have you join us this eve of the new year.
Thank you. Happy New Year in advance.
Well, wishing you the same. Quickly, let's start off with you from Abuja. If you look at what has been happening in the political scene back and forth between the PDP and the APC, they have all had their own internal squabbles. But being the president's spokesperson on some matters, let's start off by asking you about his own party and the affairs that we've seen in the course of 2016. Looking at what it is at the moment, would you be saying to Nigerians that all of this bickering which we saw in the year has been sorted out by the party?
Well, just like you said in the introduction, each party has had its share of internal upheavals. But a political party can have such upheavals. What it does with it is what matters. Will it allow the upheaval to destroy it, or will it come out stronger from it? I don't speak for the APC, but I believe that the party has the capacity to come out stronger from what it has gone through in recent days. I believe that all hands are on deck. The president, who is the leader of the party, keeps on consulting with the executive members. I remember that Chief John Odige Oyegun was in the villa not too long ago to meet with the president. So all the stakeholders in the All Progressive Congress are meeting, and I believe that the party will not be destroyed, rather it will come out stronger from what has happened to it.
Mr. Adesina, please hold on to your thoughts. Let's get the thoughts of our panelists here in Lagos. I'll start with you, Mr. Shoito. 2016, we had a lot of political upheavals, and listening to the first shot from Mr. Adesina now, do you think that the upheavals we had within the two major parties contributed to the crisis that culminated in 2016 for the economy as a whole?
Well, to a large extent, it is, because the two parties have no fundamental principles or ideology. And parties are not formed on the basis of maybe intuition. I recall back to UPN and MPN days. When UPN was saying that they want to democratize economy, they want to make economy to be accessible to a wider range of people in terms of free education, free health, integration, integrated rural development, and what have you, and employment. That is a philosophy of a party. MPN didn't agree with that, even on the basis of international diplomacy. So now, what we have today is just a first 11 and second 11 of a football team. So they cannot be opposition. Opposition is not about name or symbol. No. If APC agrees with neoliberalism, privatization, commercialization, deregulation, and of course, cuts in subsidies. And PDP that was there before agree with that. Then there's no opposition. That's the reality. So Nigerians should know that what we are having today, yes, integrity of Buhari was flaunted, but that does not constitute opposition. What constitutes opposition is the philosophy, outlook, program, manifestos of parties, and they are ready to stand by it. So on that basis, what we are having is just akin to quote and unquote robbers. I'm not referring to the parties now. Robbers, you as policemen, how do they get robbery operation unfolded? They get those robbery operations because there will be crisis among robbers that will now say, instead of sharing loot equally, some will be cheated and walk straight to the police, or police will get them and they start sharing. So invariably, what we have today, the economy had to be bad because there was no difference between the past economic philosophy of neoliberalism, structural adjustment program of the PDP and the APC.
Let me comment here. This will go to Chief Mrs. Ojikutu. You've been there before, and some would want to know how some of these ideologies played out while you were deputy governor. Perhaps maybe there's something that is absent in our parties today.
Yeah, definitely. You know, there has been a lot of changes over the years. As he rightly said, you know, these two parties, PDP, APC, I don't see that much difference between the two of them in terms of what they want to do for Nigeria. What I believe is you have to see the country you want to run, govern. What are the problems of this country? What do we need to tackle? What do we need to do? And then you put out this, you map out your plans and strategies. I've not seen either party really doing this. And it seems as if the interest of the masses is very far from the minds of the present leadership. Everything seems to be about power tussle. Who is going to be where? You know, and this is what bothers me personally. While the grass is suffering, the people at the top, they don't seem to have any feelings for the masses, because when you talk in terms of salary structure, positions in government, who has the qualification to be somewhere, you know, you have to look out for the best people to help you to give the best to the people. I didn't see that with PDP, and I've not seen it with APC. And this is why I personally am an advocate of independent, you know, candidates. You understand me? That do not need to have any godfather. You know, our president has all the goodwill in the world in coming into this position. But it seems as if somehow he got there, this one we go into villa, that one we go into villa. Within 6 months, it seems as if it's not the same President Buhari that went, you know, that was on the campaign trail.